base is built on a strong hardwood frame, offering sturdy comfort day after day. Head to any brick location and snap a photo with Shaquille O'Neal. A life-size Shaq is waiting in store. Scan the QR code and upload your pic for a chance to win one of 4 Shaquille O'Neal home pieces. Exclusively at The Brick, saving you more.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC.
No one's ever accused car shopping to be fun. I mean, think about it. Awkward standoffs to get a price. Let me go talk to my manager. Dealers asking for your credit card, then melting your phone if you say no. See, not fun. At Northgate, I promise you a different experience. We make it fun. And you will like us, I promise. 0% financing, a great selection of new and pre-owned units. So for some fun, stop in today. 13215 97th Street or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Join play-by-play announcer Ben Showman for the games live on Sports 1440. The Toronto Blue Jays are on Edmonton's home for all things sports. Sports 1440.
Hi, it's Jason McCoy. You know, music's given me a lot of great moments, but nothing means more than time with my dad. When he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, a simple PSA blood test was key in detecting it early, and we got more years, more laughs, and more memories. Guys, it's a quick test that just might end up saving your life.
Join the Princess Auto Motorcycle Ride for Dad in Edmonton, Saturday, June 13th. Register or donate at ridefordad.ca.
Are you overwhelmed by debt and getting nonstop calls from creditors? It can feel like there's no escape. Debt doesn't have to be a life sentence. A single call can turn things around. My name is Parveen Middleton. I'm a licensed insolvency trustee at BDO right here in Edmonton. I can help you become debt-free with a solution just for you. Let's put an end to those calls from creditors together. Call 1-833-BDO-TALK or visit bdodebt.ca to discover your debt-free future.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:02. Good morning. Thank you for joining us here on Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, the home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, and Josh Fenwick with you here from the Sports 1440 studios in West Edmonton Mall. Hope you guys are having a great start to your day. It is absolutely beautiful outside. In case you maybe got to work early and haven't had a chance to get outside, top-notch weather. Very nice. And if you're getting out this afternoon, throw on the sunscreen, drink some water, stay hydrated, and enjoy it. Lots to discuss on the program today. Of course, you can always reach us, 1-833-401-1440. You could also email us, Connor at sports1440.ca and Brandon at sports1440.ca. On the show, Canada, victorious over the United States 4-0. Some people might say, who cares? It is the World Championship. It's not best on best. But you know what? If the shoe was on the other foot, they would be rubbing it in our faces. So we're going to enjoy this one today. Canada blanks the United States, ends their World Championship. Cooley, you're out. Kachuk, you're out. Anyone else, you're out too. Canada advancing on. They got us at the Olympics, men's, women. They got us at the Paralympics as well. The World Juniors, man, we haven't won in like 3 years. Stitch has won 2 of the last 3. So I'm celebrating this little victory today, Duke. We'll see what happens again. Kyle says, hell no. Hockey is ours again. Absolutely. It's back, baby. It was gone for a minute, but it's back. Did you guys have the game in studio?
Oh, yes. You did. We saw it. We were live in the middle of our hit with Frank Saravalli when Ryan Lindgren attempted to decapitate Evan Bouchard.
Yeah. That was something.
It really derailed the hit. And by that, I mean the radio hit, not the physical hit derailed the radio hit.
It was a high hit. The elbow followed through high. He left his feet. And in a different capacity, like sometimes there's hits along the boards where you hit a guy, Duke, and because of, let's say, physics, you become elevated. Like it's not leaving your feet at the point of contact. This one was a little bit closer because it was from the side and there was no boards involved. There was no, like, I don't even know. You can tell me energy. Momentum hitting a standalone object and, you know, that
An
sort of
object
thing.
that's in motion will stay in motion.
Yeah, that's it. You're smart. That's why we have you here. So that one will be interesting. I tweeted, I think that makes a little bit more intrigue, maybe when the Kraken and the Oilers meet next year, to which social media told me the Oilers ain't going to do anything. And I kind of agreed. Okay. Yeah, you might be right on this one.
And the game got kind of testy. We saw Matthew Tkachuk getting into it with his old buddy Darnell Nurse. And I even said it sort of jokingly right after the hit to Kevin here between segments. Like, does one of the Canadian, bigger bodies maybe go after for a little retribution against somebody on the American side? We know Lindgren's not in the game anymore, but, Dylan Holloway, former teammate, Darnell Nurse, current teammate, do they look to little payback somewhere? And we saw some rough and tumble action across the rest of the game, but nothing to the extent where you'd expect it to be classified as retribution for what befell Evan Bouchard.
Yeah. I mean, if it's me, regular season game, and I'm on the Oilers roster, there might be a little bit of a target on his back, but I thought that about Pietrangelo, thought that about Mikey Anderson. It just hasn't seemed to ever happen. But good game. Malcolm celebrating at the first goal of the game of the first. Dylan Holloway on his own rebound made it 2-0. Connor Brown and Sidney Crosby empty netters in the final 2 minutes. Hey, Connor Brown, another former teammate of Evan Bouchard.
Yes.
Blue Jays baseball, Duke. Jays heating up a little bit here. What do you think? They've won 3 series in a row now?
4.
If even better.
They split in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the opinion, and call it a biased one just because it fits my narrative right now, that in a 4-game series, if you're the road team and you win 2 of 4, that's a win.
Okay. I'll allow it.
It's a split, but either way, of the last 4, the Jays have 1 split, 1 these series. So they're trending in the right direction. Now 4 games in Baltimore. The Orioles are right there with them, kind of neck and neck in the standings of the AL East. So it's not going to get any easier necessarily, but I kind of like the way the team is trending right now.
Yeah. I mean, getting Vlad back out there. Did Dylan Cease shave the mustache?
He did. And
what does this mean?
But he's hurt.
Yeah. Is he but when this grows back, I'll be on the field.
I'll be back. Yeah, maybe.
That's my timeline. Yeah. The Jays currently a game ahead of the Baltimore Orioles right now. So that's kind of cool. The bad news is they're 8.5 games back of the Tampa Bay Rays, who lead the division. They've kind of handled their business against the Jays. But you look at the wild card picture, the Jays tied, I believe, for the final spot. So, hey, there's some positives in there. But playing better baseball, that's an encouraging sign. We also got the Elks in action tomorrow. Those of you heading down to Clark Stadium, I'll be there. I got my tickets. I have a few extra ones. I got to find people to go with me, I guess.
Need some friends.
That's the problem these days. Don't have too many friends. So I might just have 4 tickets and just me in the middle. Nobody come near me. I need to lock in and watch the preseason game.
Spread.
Yeah, exactly. I put all my snacks all over the place.
Benny doesn't want to go to the game?
Benny's got a bedtime.
What time's the football game?
7?
What time's Benny's bedtime?
Well, 7:30.
Wow.
But he also hates going to bed. I think he's got FOMO already. So maybe I could take him for the first half or something. Get him a little...
Tire him out.
Get him some headphones for the noise that they're going to be making. What else we got this weekend? Riverhawks?
Riverhawks.
That's where you'll be going?
Weekend. I'm going to be there tomorrow night is my plan at the moment. Trying to think what else is going on. You know the Stinger schedule this weekend? Are they at home?
I have no idea.
No.
Doesn't look
Josh
like it.
Yet.
Well, that's okay. We're going to have a fun weekend for sure. There's lots going on. We're going to have Saturday night hockey. That's always pretty fun. As I think a lot of us expected, I don't want to say like it was just me, but my prediction for 5 questions was to take the Hurricanes money line, puck line.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, guess what that game was? The first time all series I did not bet the Hurricanes on the puck line.
And it happened.
It happened. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Now, this is this is just a day, I guess, of patting ourselves on the back. We'll get to Josh's contribution there in a moment. I did predict the Hurricanes would win this series in 5. And after they drop the opener, that suddenly becomes much more difficult. It's like they need to win 4 straight to get this to come to fruition. And based on what I've seen from games 2 through 4, I don't really have any reason to doubt that they're going to win game 5 and, in fact, complete that 5-game victory to head back to the Cup final for the first time in 20 years. They're dominating them.
It's like the Stars and Oilers last year, Western Conference final. Give them the first game. And like we talked about it as well, just in 5 questions. And we kind of kept it to the first game, like rest first, rust, or, what's the impact going to be? And I thought first period, the Canes will probably have to find their footing, but the longer it goes, they would. First game, they needed to find their footing. But after that, like Montreal, you can't get 12, 13 shots and think we have a chance to win this game. Not against the Carolina Hurricanes team, in my humble opinion. And last night, it felt like the dam was going to break, or the levee, and it did. And now we'll see what happens when they meet on Saturday. Josh, you predicted something as well. We're all humble bragging about our predictions.
I'm just going to tee this up because Josh is trying to sugarcoat it.
No.
We had Paul Sir on this morning, 7:20 Talks and Basketball. It's game 6 of the NBA's Western Conference Final tonight. And when we have Paul on, Josh works for them every Saturday. Kevin affords Josh the opportunity to ask a question or two. And Josh started by saying, "Hey, Paul, did anybody predict that the Knicks would sweep the Eastern Conference Final?" And it was just a way of patting himself on the back that he, I guess, predicted exactly that.
And it was erasure. He didn't mention me.
Yeah,
he said Marc Majot did. Marc Majot did not, as a matter of fact.
Well, you got to earn your stripes, bud.
Paul knew what you were doing. Veteran move. That's a funny one. Did anyone in the world predict a sweep? Probably a few people, but you did. There you go. Josh knows ball. We know that. Type text rolling in here. James from the Hood says, "LOL. Beep the U.S. Glad we knocked Kachuk out." James from the Hood. I saw him speaking post game. I don't know what he said. It'd be funny if Darnell Nurse was talking trash. "I own you. Always the bridesmaid." Wouldn't have much sway, much currency, but it'd be funny. Triple C Truck says, "Vlad saving all his home runs for the postseason this year." Well, let's hope they get there, and then you see it happen. Boys, you going to go to Canada Soccer on a Monday? I'm not sure yet. Honestly, life gets busy sometimes. I'd like to get out there. I went to the Ice Teca back in 2021 in November, and it was unbelievable. Loved every second of it. Went to both games. If I do go, it'll probably be a game time decision, like last second buying tickets. The little guy's he's busy. So as I mentioned for the game tomorrow, there's got the bedtime and such. Duke, you think you'll head out to that one?
I'm unfortunately not going to be in town. I will be back later in the day, but I'm not sure I'll be back in time. I'm headed to Red Deer for the annual Red Deer and District 4-H Beef Show and Sale, where I do some mic work for the organization. I was a member of the Delburn Club for 9 years growing up. So I just try and give back a little bit. So I'm going to be off on Monday, actually, being down in Red Deer. And then I'll make my way back to the city later in the evening. I'm assuming probably in time to catch it on the telly. Is it televised?
I would assume so.
Be, right?
Yeah.
So I'll look forward to that, and I definitely will watch it if I can get back in time to do so. But I'm not going to schedule anything around going to the game because I just don't think I'll make it.
Now, you're volunteering for this?
As far as I know.
Oh, you're not getting paid. Okay.
I don't think so.
You said you're giving back, so.
Well,
just want to clarify.
I get asked to do it. I go do it.
So it's Josh and I on Monday?
And the Mac the Knife.
The Mac Attack? Country Mike? Big Mac? Big Mike? Got a lot of names.
She wears many hats.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm ready for it. That's cool. So it's not a long weekend for you, but it's a extended break.
Yeah, like it's Sunday and Monday I'll be in Red Deer. Kind of working, I guess. It's not a whole day thing, but on Monday it's going to be like from I think 9 o'clock in the morning usually to 2 or so, depending how many members there are each year.
Cool. Triple Senior Truck text in 1-833-401-1440. Who do you guys think are the top 5 NFL players from Canada all time? All time? Well, Bronco Nagurski was born in Ontario, so he'd be in there. Mark Rippon was born in Calgary. Nate Burleson was also born in Calgary, I believe. I think his dad played for the Stamps. Correct me if I'm wrong. David Onyemata has been hanging around for a long time. He's been pretty dang good. I don't know if Chuba and Chase Brown are good NFL players.
But they're still active.
Still got plenty of ball left.
Yeah, there's still pages to get ink on in those books.
Eddie Murray played 19 seasons in the NFL, 12 with the Lions, and he got a spot on their 75th anniversary team, a one-time All-Pro. It's a kicker, but you got to respect that. Ruben Mays, Joshua Palmer,
TBD. Elick Iamaner.
Alex Singleton, do we count him? I don't think he was born in Canada, technically.
Yeah, he's just a CFL product.
Yeah, but I think they were and I think he got into the CFL as a national, didn't he? Family-wise.
Okay.
OJ Atogwe played for the Rams for a long time. He got stiff armed so bad by LaDainian Tomlinson, his helmet popped off. You can go watch that highlight on anywhere.
And then the freshest one, maybe highest upside from this class, of course, Keem Messidor.
Yeah. Mike Vanderjack. Idiot kicker gets liquored up and goes on TV. When it comes to the highest Canadian drafted players, Tony Mandrich was second overall. We know his story. We had him on the Gregor show, and he was absolutely fantastic. That was during COVID, and he came on and kind of talked about his career. That was great. I think Akeem Messidor is the next highest. Tim Biakabatuka was drafted 8th overall in 1996. Grew up in Montreal. Danny Watkins, he was drafted 23rd overall by the Eagles because a volunteer firefighter, I think, at the time. It didn't work out well for him in the NFL, I don't believe. Triple C and a truck could probably go there. Where would you put Cam Jordan? Will you put Cam Jordan? What? Cam Jordan's not Canadian, is he?
Not that I was aware of.
If Cam Jordan's Canadian, he'd be very high up there on the list, but I don't think he's Canadian. He was born in Arizona and went to Cal.
Tucson, Arizona.
You talking Jordan Cameron, the tight end? I don't know. Pretty boring question by Triple C from MTR. I figured you'd have that response. We'll get to a break. When we come back, more of your text, 1-833-401-1440. Northside Adam is the Double E game on TV tomorrow. I think you could probably watch it on CFL Plus, which was very simple. If you want to watch it, just look it up. You answer 5 questions and you get a stream. I would assume that game would be on would be on streaming, and I watched it on my phone. Now, I was kind of a fail because I had to text Brandon and Declan and see if they had volume on their broadcast because mine was attached to a speaker in the basement. Didn't clue in on that one, but I watched it without volume for a long time. It was a good game. Ruben Mays. Yeah, that's a good one too, from Blair. MTR thinks that Triple C in a truck is thinking of Cameron Wake because of the CFL ties, but he's American. Cameron Wake was the most dominant CFL player I've ever seen. It was only a couple of years, but holy cow, he was so good. If you watched football back then and remember him, he was just so disruptive. Hands down, the best player I've ever seen in the CFL. The most dominant. Now, you could probably come at me with Warren Moon or Doug Flutie, but let's just say a defensive player. Swervin Mervin Fernandez from Lansing, the South Side. If you've got any other ones, you can let us know. Right now would be another interesting question. Chase Brown or Chuba Hubbard? Who'd you rather have on your team? What's your name again? Brandon? Douglas? Duke? You get Chase Brown or Chuba Hubbard. Who are you taking?
What's the rest of my team?
The Bengals?
Chase Brown.
He knows the system. Okay. The Texans.
That's actually a really tough one because both we've seen them kind of really ascend to being legitimate RB1s. I do think Chase Brown has a little bit higher overall upside, but I think Hubbard might be a little bit more consistent, especially if we're talking, fantasy football. Hubbard Rico Dowdle came in and surprisingly took a ton of time away from Hubbard last year. Brown is a undisputed number 1. in Cincinnati.
They're only a year apart when it comes to age. I, for some reason, thought Chuba was a lot older. But Chase Brown, he turned 26 this year. Chuba will turn 27 next month. So they're only a year apart when it comes to age. If you look at their career statistics here, let's dive into this one. Forget the break. We're going to dive into the battle of the Canadian running backs here. Last year, Chuba had 500 yards on 134 carries, averaged 3.8 yards. Not the best. Chase Brown, over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4.4 yards per carry. Chuba has a 1,000-yard season with 10 scores. That would be better than Chase Brown's best season. That was only in 2024 for Chuba. I thought Chuba should get out of there. But he re-upped.
He likes it.
He likes it there. He fits in the system. They like him, obviously. Probably loves the community.
I hear Charlotte's a pretty nice place.
I think so. I think you have to go with Chase Brown. As much as it pains me to go away from the local product here.
Mm-hmm.
That could change next year, but I guess this year, Chase Brown. We'll take a break. When we go back, more text 1-833-401-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky.
What's that? Is that actually spring? Like no snow squalls or bad weather tomorrow? It's actually spring? Well, GS Construction welcomes the warmer weather because that means we can really get to work. Now, it doesn't matter if there was bad weather. This is our time to shine. But we can't do it without good people to do that work. That's why GS Construction is hiring pipe layers, topmen, and heavy equipment operators. If you want to join a team who loves their work, visit gsconstruction.ca today.
Hear that? That's your entry calling. Go Auto is sending you to the biggest football event in the world, live in Vancouver, with tickets, flights, and a hotel stay for two. To enter the contest, just text GAME to 780-777-7777. That's GAME to 780 all sevens. Go Auto, get in the game.
At Hughes, it's all about getting in and out quick and clean. No cash, no problem. With Hughes' new tap and wash system, all you need is your debit or credit card to get your vehicle sparkling clean.
Find us at HughesCarWash.com.
In Alberta, every family has a baseball game day tradition for the summer.
We always bring our gloves to the ballpark. We always keep score.
We always bring Wilhock Beef Jerky. Some things change, but the best home run snack never does.
Wilhock Beef Jerky.
Whether you're watching from your recliner or the stands, make it a part of your summer ball game tradition.
Wilhock Beef Jerky, because you don't win games with salad. Only available in Leduc.
From the first pitch to the final out, catch Toronto Blue Jays baseball games live right here. Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Sports 1440 is proud to be the home of Blue Jays baseball.
For the most physically demanding jobs, Carhartt's Rugged Flex technology provides extra stretch where it's needed most to help you crouch, kneel, bend, or crawl with ease. Rugged Flex bands give you a maximum mobility advantage every time you put them on. Find the largest selection of Carhartt Rugged Flex at all 3 of our Edmonton job site workwear locations and online at jobsiteworkwear.ca.
Job site workwear, tough for tough jobs.
Hi, it's Jason McCoy. You know, music's given me a lot of great moments, but nothing means more than time with my dad. When he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, a simple PSA blood test was key in detecting it early, and we got more years, more laughs, and more memories. Guys, it's a quick test that just might end up saving your life.
Join the Princess Auto Motorcycle Ride for Dad in Edmonton, Saturday, June 13th. Register or donate at ridefordad.ca.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
11:24. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky. Alberta's best beef jerky. Some say Canada's best beef jerky. You go check it out. Let me know. Only available in Leduc. Online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, and Josh Fenwick with you here. Triple C in a truck says, I don't know what I was thinking, but I always thought Cam was Canadian. I was definitely smoking some good stuff. I mean, he's a cool guy. Maybe honorary Canadian if he wants to be. He might be a very proud American and not want to be, but very good player. Longevity for sure. He just keeps on going. This segment is for elksnation.ca, 2 weekly podcasts, of course, with Eddie Steele, Declan Kruger. You can watch it on YouTube or head over to elksnation.ca for articles, more giveaways. Go and get some tickets. Go check them out. Sad news to report. Kyle just texted in. Claude Lemieux has passed away. And we confirmed that on TSN. Age 60 years old. I mean, this guy was absolutely clutch. Played over 1,200 regular season games, 786 points with the Canadiens, Devils, Avs, Coyotes, and Sharks. I mean, if you remember him from the postseason, a pest. And I mean that in a complimentary way out there. Like, he was fantastic with the Devils. And then, I mean, won the Conn Smythe when they swept the Red Wings. Goes to the Avs. Immediately, again, a thorn in the side for the Detroit Red Wings. 12 points in 19 games. Helped them win a cup. And in the postseason, 158 points, 19 game-winning goals in 234 games. And then went on to become an agent. We actually just kind of stumbled upon that a few days ago. Rasmus Anderson, Fredrik Anderson, Olofsson, Sundqvist, Johansson, Sebastian Aho of the Penguins. Clients that he had. So, even more. Timo Meier, Moritz Seider, Lindholm, Eriksson Ek, Raquel, Zetterlund, Lundqvist.
A lot of Euros. So
sad news to pass along. He was extremely effective at his job and just 60 years old. So, of course, our condolences to his family, friends, colleagues. That's terrible news to see today.
9th most playoff goals in NHL history. 4 cups, one of 11 guys to win a cup with 3 different teams. Conn Smythe, one of the best playoff performers of all time. Now, he had a pretty good reputation for being involved in other elements of the game. But what do we always say, Connor? Guys like that, you hate them when you're playing against them. Every team wants them on your team. They're difference makers.
I was talking to my mom about that with Matthew Tkachuk today. Like, man, I don't like him. Me and my dad looked at her, but if he was on the Oilers, you'd love him. Yep, that's the way it goes.
Yeah,
it's crazy you say that. Like, a 9th overall, like, you know,
think about some of the best players that have ever played in the NHL and won Stanley Cups and gone on deep runs and all these things, all success. And Claude Lemieux is the 9th leading playoff goal scorer in the history of the game. Man, that was clutch.
Gretzky, Messier, Curry, Brett Hull, Glenn Anderson, Mike Bossy, Sakic, Maurice Richard. So he's ahead of Jean Beliveau, Jaromir Jagr, Alexander Ovechkin, who we won't rule out, could pass him. Lemieux, Pavelski's up there high. Dino Ciccarelli, Sidney Crosby, Tikkanen, Trottier, Marleau, Yzerman, rounding out the top 20.
Damn.
That's pretty good company. So Nathan McKinnon's at 62. He'll make a push. Brad Marchand at 66. Malkin at 69. I don't know about their chances, but heck of a run. And then just even in terms of games played, he's played in a lot of postseason games here, over 200. So sad news to pass along. People saying he just did the torch in Montreal. Yeah,
on Monday.
Yeah, like really sad. Cat Dad says respectfully, the original turtle. That's it. Get them fired up and drop down. Brian just wants to pass along lots of articles at Elks Nation. 100%. Go check it out.
Someone's got to pick up the slack while Declan's on holiday.
Yeah.
And Brian Desjardins doing yeoman's work.
Someone's got to do it. Do you ever just late at night kind of scroll through history, look at past drafts and things like that of multiple sports, Duke?
Sometimes.
I was scrolling through the 2017 NFL draft, 2018, sorry, because Derwin James signed his deal.
Right.
Looking at his Wikipedia page, I scroll through. I'm looking at who's playing, who's still around. I got to Naheem Hines. You remember him?
I do.
Good back for the Colts.
Yeah.
Crazy stat about him. So he played for 4 teams in his career. With the Colts, he had 1,205 rushing yards. He played for 3 other teams, combined minus 5 yards in 14 games. Now, granted, not that many carries, just 8. But with Buffalo in 2022, he was minus 3. And then last year with the Chargers, he was brought in like primarily to return kicks. He was minus 2 for 2 carries. So in his last, 4 years of football, he's rushed for minus 5 yards. That being said, he missed a lot of time with injury. So the fact that he even got back to the NFL in 2025 was pretty remarkable. He had like the offseason Sea-Doo injury. But just random things that scroll through here. I don't know if anyone else is the same way. Like, I want to go look at the undrafted free agents from the 1993 NBA draft. Like, who made a career out of it? There's always some of those guys every single year. Good lesson to be learned for those people in any sort of draft that don't get selected. You got an opportunity. The Edmonton Elks did release their depth chart for tomorrow's night's game. Bordner, O'Donnell, Corte, Woodmansey, and Murray across the tackle spot. You've got Cephas, Mathis, Mac, Luther at receiver. Justin Rankin listed as RB1.
The rank.
So that's a good sign for those of you going out to the game tomorrow night. Cody Fajardo, I would expect him to play a little bit more. Went 2 of 6 previously. Now I think he'll get a few more reps. Powell, who was very good, listed it back. He was 13 of 14. Not one pass hit the ground. It actually was intercepted, but that's okay. Looking forward to this one. And then Mathis, like I said, starting at receiver, but Carter Kettle, who you guys had on the program, I believe, today.
Yeah, Kevin did a one-on-one with him down at Clark yesterday.
He'll be second on the depth chart. I think Mathis is pretty assured, so I think Kettle will get some time. The catch and run was pretty nice he had in Victoria, so it's going to be fun. Looking forward to this one for sure. Moggensen, middle linebacker 1, Anderson 2, so I think they'll both be getting some reps. Joe DeBlanco on the weak side, Logan Jr. at the strong side, Trey Ford on the corner with Ross, Jackson, Williams, and then Garns at safety spots. So should be a fun one. Looking forward to getting down to Clark's tomorrow. I'm gonna get some mini donuts too. I don't know what your plan is. I think you're taking the Neff to the Riverhawks game. I don't know what the food will be, but I'm thinking mini donuts if it's an option.
Yeah, if I'm down to the ballpark, I'll probably get a hot dog. But especially when you got the little guy tagging along, we'll be having some snacks. I'm trying to think if I've ever actually gotten any snacks at a Riverhawks game. Normally it's just beer and hot dogs. But so I might have to expand my horizons, see what else they got to indulge in. Yeah, there's got to be mini donuts there too, right?
I would assume so.
Maybe
I actually
something else sweet, maybe just some ice cream. I love ice cream.
I tried to get a hot dog there once, but it was so packed they sold out. And so you know what I had to get?
Was it on a Tuesday?
Maybe, but I had to get like a veggie dog.
And
it was better than the one I had 10 years ago. I'll say that. Technology's improved a little bit, but yeah, it wasn't the best. A lot of text rolling in here. Northside loses. Lemieux was always a sly playoff draft pick, while others hunted bigger names that disappeared in the playoffs. Oh, 100%. Guy's a gamer. James from the Hood just brings it up. Wasn't he in Montreal Monday? He was. Also said one of the best playoff pests and very effective. 100%. He was a heck of a player. Country Kurt says, does an intercepted pass count as a completed pass? No, unfortunately not.
It doesn't. Yeah, it still registers at 13 for 14, even though, as Connor said, none of his passes touched the ground.
Yeah. You said it on Monday. Catchable ball.
Throws a catchable ball.
We got a text coming in here from Trev. Does a high-end fantasy quarterback give you more points than a positional player?
Well, it's a good question.
Let's go take a look. And you would have to say in a standard league, I would assume. Because obviously PPR, the positional players will get a little bit of a bonus here. I'm just trying to bring it up. So last year, 2025, in PPR, Christian McCaffrey was the most valuable player. 416 points. Puka Nacua, Bijan, Gibbs, then Josh Allen. So yes, now let's see if I go to
standard
non-PPR here. C-Mac still led the way with 364. Drake May was second, followed by Stafford, Lawrence, Jonathan Taylor, Caleb Williams, then Christian McCaffrey. Sorry, it was, Josh Allen was leading the way. So, yes, it depends. If you're in a PPR league, you'll get more value from the other guys. If you are in a standard, quarterback might be the way to go. Both guys had really good years. I mean, are you counting on Drake May to throw 31 touchdowns? I'm not sure. So I think Josh Allen will rush for 14 again, Duke. That'd be tough. Jonathan Taylor had 18. Matthew Stafford, obviously, finished third. That was on the back of 46 passing touchdowns.
He was the MVP.
And 4,700 yards through the air. So, depends on your league. But it kind of speaks to what we said over the last little while here. If you're in a standard league, and let's go just to quarterbacks, there's that top group, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Let's say those two guys go. And then maybe Caleb Williams, Drake May. People have Jade McDaniels high as well.
Well, that's I was kind of looking at his name and saying, do you view him as a big bounce back candidate after, lit the league on fire as a rookie, got some MVP consideration, offensive rookie of the year, almost was a very surprising Washington team in terms of the team success. One of the NFC championship game, for goodness sake. But I think everybody knew they overachieved. Most expected a step back. They took a big step back last year. Were terrible. Daniels, injury troubles, which follow him from his time in college as well. Do you see him as a bounce back candidate or another type of guy that, if he's healthy, he'll be very effective, but that's a little bit too big of a question mark for you to invest a high-end pick into?
That's the category I'm in, the second. If I got him as a backup, cool, with like a lot of upside. Terry McLaurin, Treylon Burks, Antonio Williams are the receivers. Luke McCaffrey, Dynamic Brown. Van Jefferson there as well. I don't know. I don't love the supporting cast. But I don't like commanders. I only like one commander of all time, and he wasn't a commander.
Robert Griffin III.
No.
Oh.
Sean
Kirk
Taylor.
Cousins. Oh.
No, only one. He was never a commander either.
Well, Sean Taylor's sick.
It's one of my goats. I don't like parts of that team. So for me, no, I would not be. I also have a grudge because he came back and beat the Chargers and then just went back to the injured list. What the hell, man?
What's that about? Like, dude, just stay hurt if you're going to be hurt.
Yeah, you stay hurt and then come back fully healthy. But there's guys there like Dak. If you could Dak, Jared Goff, there's guys there
and
a little bit lower that are just fine.
That's kind of my thing. Like when you're all of a sudden at the point where his average draft position is, or one of his rankings in, is like I said, guys like Jackson, Allen, even let's just say May, Hurts, Williams, Herbert, Burrow are off the board, and you're kind of into that back half of the second tier, maybe start of the third tier, and you're looking at him compared to some of those other guys you just listed. Like, is the high ceiling worth the low floor compared to, like, dude, Dak Prescott? You just know what you're getting almost every week.
Guy's heaving.
The Cowboys' offense was electric last year. Such an improved run game compared to a couple seasons prior. So yeah, I think I'm in lockstep with you on this. It could burn you. The guy that ends up with Jaden Daniels as the 7th, 8th quarterback off the board, that could be a league-winning pick.
Yeah.
Regardless of what round it comes. Like, we're just going positionally here. But at the same time, you use your top quarterback pick on a guy that spends half the season or more being unable to play. The cliche exists for a reason. The best ability is availability, and Daniels did not exhibit enough of that last year.
I am with you. Heck, you know what? I think I won my league with Baker Mayfield because I had Baker Mayfield and Justin Herbert in both my leagues, and when the injuries piled up, I just had to go away from Herb. I think I went with Baker Mayfield. It wasn't great, but yeah, you don't have to invest in the QB too high. Kyle says, Drake May going to be throwing muffins to who? Dobbs. He's about to have a down year. I think the Patriots are due for maybe not necessarily a down year, but a fall off. Keyshawn Butte.
They are expected to have AJ.
Well, the Chargers plane was spotted in Philadelphia a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Remember that. But yes, I would agree with you. I think if they bring him in, all of a sudden you got a weapon, and I think a good quarterback will have results either way. I just don't know if I'm as high on Drake May as other people, but got to keep him upright too. Will Campbell kind of fell off towards the end of the year. I think injuries played a part. Did they go offensive line in the draft? I thought they did.
The
Patriots?
Yeah, they went back to a tackle, right? Because then we're just like, don't they already have a tackle? last year's first round pick, Will Campbell.
They also brought in Elijah Vera Tucker to play guard, former New York Jet. Caleb Lomu.
Yeah.
So yeah,
out of Utah.
On the depth chart, they have him at left tackle, but I think you can kick him over to the right side, hopefully. Or maybe Will Campbell goes into the guard spot. Who knows? Morgan Moses was brought over from the Jets. Man, they're rebuilding the Jets offensive line, aren't they?
But it's like, yeah, these players are good. They just played for the Jets.
Makai Becton, when you kick him into the guard spot, he's not as bad. Well, with Philly, he wasn't very good for LA. We'll take a break here. When we come back, more text, 1-833-414-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy here on the AM dial, iHeartRadio, tune in, Radio Player Canada, sports1440.ca, or you can watch us, Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and Twitch, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Craving a dining experience that rises above the rest? Head to Summit Restaurant in the Silent Ice Center, just minutes from South Edmonton Common. Savor exceptional house-made pizza, delectable entrees, and expertly crafted cocktails in a stylish, modern atmosphere. Perfect for a casual meal or a special night out. Summit offers a refined experience where every bite and sip reflects our dedication to quality. Elevate your dining experience. Make Summit Restaurant your destination tonight.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC.
No one's ever accused car shopping to be fun. I mean, think about it. Awkward standoffs to get a price. Let me go talk to my manager. Dealers asking for your credit card, then melting your phone if you say no. See, not fun. At Northgate, I promise you a different experience. We make it fun. And you will like us, I promise. 0% financing, a great selection of new and pre-owned units. So for some fun, stop in today. 13215 97th Street or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Hi, I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantork. We've been tightening bolts and redefining our industry for 25 years. Yes, a quarter century. And we're just getting started. Check us out at cantork.com. Our tools age better than I do.
Albertans love to tailgate before the big game.
Gotta have burgers, hot dogs, obviously.
You're both missing out. Wilhauk Beef Jerky is the real MVP. When it comes to tailgate snacks, there's only one unanimous pick.
Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
No barbecue required. Wilhauk is ready to eat before we head to our seats. Bring it to your next football tailgate.
Wilhauk Beef Jerky, because you don't win games with salad. Only available in Leduc.
Attention Alberta construction pros. For over 50 years, Japa Equipment Rentals has been your go-to for top-notch equipment and stellar service. Whether you need rentals or expert maintenance, we've got you covered. Stop by our Edmonton or Calgary locations today.
At Papa John's, get your everyday favorites for just $9.99 each when you order 2 or more items from the Papa Pairings menu. When you order more, you save more. Choose from medium one-topping pizzas, boneless wings, papadillas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, and desserts. It's easy to order all your favorites when they're just $9.99 each. So the next time your friends come over to eat your food, order off the Papa Pairings menu and save. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
With Play Alberta, backing the home team goes beyond the bets. That's because your picks have provincial impact. Play Alberta is the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. By investing in the General Revenue Fund, every play, bet, and buy made on Play Alberta helps make a difference across the province. Visit playalberta.ca/Gregor to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/Gregor. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Jason Gregor isn't just a sports guy. He's a community builder with over $3 million raised for local charities. And his Gregor Foundation, he's making a difference on and off the air. Check out Gregor weekday afternoons on Sports 1440.
Whether you're refinancing or buying your first home, mortgages are easier with help from a neighbor. At Vision Credit Union, you get face-to-face guidance from local lenders who know the market because, well, they live here too. They'll look at your whole financial picture with practical advice for payments, renewals, refinancing, and what makes sense long-term. Get a more neighborly mortgage. Contact your branch today or visit visioncu.ca.
Tired of the rough ride? Alberta used to be a leader in highway planning and construction, but years of neglect and custom maintenance are showing. You can see it, and your vehicle is feeling it. Infrastructure can last for years with a little TLC, but when repairs are deferred, minor issues become major reconstruction. We need action and a reliable capital plan. Contact your MLA and demand stable infrastructure funding. Find out how at fixourroads.com.
A message from the Alberta Road Builders and Heavy Construction Association.
'Every coach needs a game plan. Plan your fantasy frenzy with Halley and Douglas right here on Edmonton's Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:44 and welcome back. It's Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online, wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you here. Coming up next is Low Down Flow Tide. It's Thursday, so Bagged Milk will join them, of course, from Oilers Nation, and better late than never. But also, we don't know, because we tried to go ask him, and he just didn't even acknowledge us out there. He was too interested in another story by one of our coworkers. So I don't know exactly what else will be up on the show, but we'll see. A little bit of a surprise. Then today on the Jason Greger Show, of course, it's Thursday. So we'll have Landon Ferraro joining us, former NHLer, and our pre- and post-game analyst on Sports 1440. David Owens from Sherbrooke Liquor will drop by for Thirsty Thursday. Terry Ryan joins us. We'll be joined by Bill McCreary, Hockey Hall of Fame referee. Did it all. Got a new book out, so we'll talk to him about that. Colin Livingston will be by for the Cantork Race Report. We've got Cam Tate. Arthur Staple will join us. Daily Faceoff covers, well, the New York teams, right, Duke, outside of Buffalo.
Yeah.
Jersey.
Much like the
Rangers,
Bills,
Islanders.
people always like, the only team that actually plays in New York. Now, in the hockey case, of course, the Islanders and Rangers do reside inside the Empire State, but the tri-state hockey pod, I think is what they call it, with him and Johnny Lazarus. They talk Devils, Islanders, Rangers, the whole shebang.
With that being said, I mean, the Rangers have employed Laviolette, Gerard Gallant.
Some of these names are of interest.
Patrick Waugh with the Islanders. He's fired. So, we'll talk some coaching candidates potentially for the Edmonton Oilers. We'll have 5 questions, spec, and then Brian Keating going to join us. He's KOCO ABC sports director down in Oklahoma City. He's actually en route to San Antonio for the game tonight. He's going to join us an hour before tip-off. So, man, loaded show today with Jason Greger. And then you got Fox Sports Radio all night. And then the Duke and Carius are back for their Happy Friday show.
Feel Good Friday.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Fridays on Sports 1440. Feel good, positive, and fed up. The Low Down Flow Tide just stays out of it. They let you be whatever you want to be.
They don't tell you how to act.
Exactly. Corey says, hey guys, just tuned in. Have you talked about the Bouchard concussion? We touched on it earlier. Obviously, Ryan Lindgren, bit of a high hit there. Canada gets the win, which is good. We'll have to see what it is for Holloway, because didn't look good going off the ice. Sorry, Bouchard. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through X and saw him. Evan Bouchard. Lindgren appeared to have some words for the Canadian bench as he was leaving. Cousins, Holloway standing up, chirping back at him. For the Americans, their tournament's done, so you can't really get retribution now. Maybe next year. The Oilers don't have a long list of doing that, but maybe that'll change. Bouchard's got a little nastiness in his game too, so he might handle his own business. They'll be far apart as they both patrol the back end, but maybe something will happen. I didn't like it, Corey, if you wanted to get into it a little bit more.
Connor, you saw the hit.
Mm-hmm.
If I told you there were a couple texters that chimed in this morning saying that wasn't that bad and you guys are making this out to be way more than it is, would you believe me? And I guess to another extent, would you agree?
Was it Kenneth?
It was.
I would believe that. You know what? At first glance, I probably didn't think it was as bad as it was. You break it down in slow motion, which people hate. I don't know. It was high. The result was awful. Nothing more will probably come of it.
Like they reviewed it.
Yeah.
It's a 5-minute major penalty.
You have to remember that the international rules are different than the NHL rules. That's what it was. It was a 5-minute. He deserved what he got. He deserved to be kicked out of the game. I don't think there's going to be too much debate on that one. Unless you reside south of the border, maybe you disagree. But I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious. Elmer Fudd texting in. As someone who lived in NYC, Jersey is thought of as the little brother. Only a loser doesn't respect Jersey when you live in the city.
Well, don't most athletes that play for the New York teams, and I'm talking like the New York City teams, I don't know if it's the case for the Islanders, don't most of them live across the bridge in New Jersey? Isn't it just make more sense from financial, commute, all that stuff perspective?
I couldn't tell you. Financially,
I know
we know the stories of New York real estate, right?
Yeah. Now, I'm sure there's some, probably like Henrik Lundqvist, that live in a penthouse apartment right across the street from Madison Square Garden, but not everyone can be King Henrik.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I would assume there'd be some. And like you say, like it's just a train ride, right? You get there.
Right. Yeah. So look up, you see Henrik Lundqvist in his 3-piece custom Italian suit riding the train in from Jersey. What? Hey, one of those like streeter videos you see on Instagram. Hey, do you mind me asking, what do you do for work?
Yeah.
Yeah, I play goalie for the New York Rangers.
Looking like a mob boss.
Yeah, I could also be a cover model.
Trevor says, if the cheap hits like that on Evan, do you think NHL owners say no more international play? I don't think owners love international play unless they're getting some sort of financial backing. But I think you can't take it away from the players. If they want to go, you got to let them go. The scary news is, of course, did he not have a concussion in the playoffs? That would be 2 in a month. That's not a good sign. Those things just take time. We know that. So that would be the scarier news if that's the case. But I don't know. I think the owners might be okay with it still, but
like I get it. And I'm agree. It's a dirty hit, worthy of the penalty it was assessed, but it's still a contact sport. Like people get hurt on non-contact plays. You can't not play the game. And I understand from the owner's perspective, they're not paying them to go play for their country at the World Championships, at the Olympics, at Four Nation Face-Off World Cup, whatever. Insert any one of them. But with that being said, as you point out, Connor, like this is one of the things that the players really hold dear is their ability to represent their country. And when it comes to CBA negotiations and things of that nature, that's a big card that the players hold to try and do that. I mean, we saw it with them not having NHL players at the Olympics for two iterations of the event.
And really,
and guess what? Everyone was worse off for it.
When you think of the injuries, like Fiala, was it this year?
Yeah.
And then Stamkos.
Stamkos got hurt before the Olympics.
Oh, was it?
That's why he couldn't go.
Okay. I'm trying to think of players that have had major injuries from international events. And I'm sure there's way more. But
I mean, the Fiala one this year was just gruesome.
Yeah. Sid got hurt, obviously. Missed some time for the Penguins.
Right.
So those things are going to happen. Like you said it best, though. It's a contact sport. Daryl said that Chuba has been running behind a very average offensive line in Carolina. Would like to see them behind a good O-line. I totally agree.
Panthers are kind of a team on the upswing, I think. And as the team gets better, that just comes in general with making each individual more of a threat. Put up some better numbers, too.
Trying to think. Like, they drafted Ike Ekwonu a couple of years ago. They brought in Robert Hunt. He got paid a ton, I think, from the Dolphins. This year, they drafted Monroe Freeling.
Yeah.
He's out of Georgia, right?
It was one of the best tackles in the draft.
Didn't play too much in Georgia, but was good when he did. That's SEC ball. So I'd expect him to get a look at the starting spot. So your 2 tackles are first-round picks. That doesn't always mean anything, but they're trying.
But it's a good spot to start.
Yeah, 100%. You hope they pan out. I like their I like Tommy Tremble and Tavian Sanders at tight end. I like their receivers. not saying for fantasy because we talked about Jalen Coker yesterday, but you got to love Teteroa McMillan. Xavier Legette, I'm hoping for because he just seems like a good dude. But they did draft Chris Brazel the second in the second or third round this past draft. Brought in John Mechie, brother of Royce, Edmonton Elks DB. Jimmy Horn, son of Joe Horn, and brother of
JC Horn?
JC. Is it JC?
Well, he plays for the Panthers.
JC. Yes, yeah. I blanked on his name there. He's been in the league for 5 years. That's crazy. Defensively, they spent some money too, hey?
Yeah.
Jalen Phillips, who had a good year with Philly. He's a great story. Devin Lloyd, who was, I loved him when he was drafted. Really burst on the scene last year. Derek Brown, our defensive line's a pretty good stud. It'll be interesting. That division, it's just who really knows. The Saints will be better. The Bucks probably about the same. The Falcons, I think, hard to say. But the Panthers will be better.
Right now, today, Connor, who wins the NFC South this coming season?
I'm going to go with the Panthers. They got a good roster on paper. I pray that Jonathan Brooks can be an asset, but they brought in A.J. Dillon.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the coaching change in Atlanta makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I'll take the Falcons.
All right.
I love Kevin Stefanski. I think he's an excellent coach.
You're right.
I mean, he's won Coach of the Year twice with Cleveland.
Got them to the playoffs. MTR says Saints, so we're all going different directions. Anyone think the Bucks?
Any one of them could. I can see a path.
Well, I think
and it's going to be, and it's not like they're all really bad either. They're all just like kind of okay, which makes entertaining.
For a long time, there was new champs every year, like 7 or 8 years. Anyways, we got to go wrap this show up. We'll be back tomorrow. Up next, Low Tide. Right now, Sports 1440 update with the Duke, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhockbeefjerky.com. Only available in the Duke.
The Sports 1440 update.
NBA's Western Conference Final resuming tonight with the San Antonio Spurs hosting the OKC Thunder. Spurs trail the best of 7, 3-2, and look to keep their season alive. Tip-off at 6:30. IIHF World Hockey Championships this morning. Canada blanked the United States 4-0 to advance through to the semis. Tough news for Oilers fans. Evan Bouchard took a high hit from Ryan Lindgren. 5-minute major penalty on the play. Bouchard left and did not return. Other quarterfinal action. Finland beat the Czechs 4-1, and still to come, Switzerland will play Sweden while Norway is up against Latvia. Some sad news from the NHL as former player Claude Lemieux has passed away at the age of 60. 4-time Stanley Cup champion with 3 different teams, Conn Smythe winner, and 9th all-time on the NHL's playoff goals list. In the majors, lighter day, the Blue Jays start off a set in Baltimore against the Orioles. First pitch coming just after 4:35 with Patrick Corman on the hill for the Bluebirds. Former Jay Chris Bassett counters for the O's. You can catch that game right here on Sports 1440. Joined in progress at the conclusion of the Jason Gregor Show. Elsewhere, Tigers lead the Angels 1-0 in the bottom of the third. White Sox and Twins set to get underway after the top of the hour in Chicago. Red Sox host the Braves. Cubbies in Pittsburgh, and the Astros take on the Texas Rangers. Coming up on Sports 1440.